Gentlemen, have you ever felt like your mornings have lost their shine? That your energy seems to run out before the day even ends, and your body no longer reflects the vigor you feel inside? If you feel one step behind yourself, slower, or perhaps disconnected from the man you used to be, please know this isn't a reflection of your worth or your age. The real issue is much simpler. What might be happening is that your body is signaling a lack of a key element you should be giving it every single day. And the moment you do, a remarkable shift can begin. Your mood, your strength, and even your self-confidence can resurge in ways you might not even remember were possible. I'm Dr. Jane, a specialist in health and wellness, and I've dedicated over 30 years of my life to helping men rediscover their vitality naturally. I've had the privilege of guiding men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who regained the energy and stamina they thought belonged to the past, without pills, injections, or artificial stimulants. Many men accept the idea that losing energy and performance is an inevitable consequence of time. But that's a limiting belief. Your body isn't giving up. It's actually waiting to be nourished the right way so it can thrive again. There's an extraordinary natural combination, likely already in your kitchen, that can help improve your circulation, support your hormonal balance, and make you feel genuinely revitalized. Best of all, there's no need to hunt for expensive or rare products. You just need to adopt this simple morning habit. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what to take, how this combo works in your body, and how countless men have already reclaimed their strength and well-being with this daily practice. Now that you understand the promise behind this habit, let's dive into the details. We'll talk about the subtle changes that happen in our bodies after 60, why strength, energy, and confidence seem to fade, and how proper morning nutrition can be the turning point. In my practice, when I talk to men in their 60s or 70s, I often see a mix of discouragement and resignation in their eyes. They tell me, "Doctor, I just don't feel like myself anymore." They still carry the desire, affection, and passion for life inside them, but their bodies no longer keep up. That inner flame that defined them burns less brightly, and admitting it is a silent burden. I understand this feeling on a deep level. I've heard thousands of stories from men who thought their best years were in the rearview mirror. They wake up each morning feeling a little slower, a little less motivated, and somehow less alive. Muscles that were once a source of pride now feel less firm. The heart beats more calmly. Even the desire for a walk or playing with grandkids starts to wane. In moments of reflection, they wonder if this is just the natural course of life. But here's the perspective most people miss. This decline isn't just time passing. It's your body communicating that something essential is missing. Blood vessel flexibility can decrease, hormonal balance can shift, and cellular energy production becomes less efficient. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means your body craves the right kind of fuel. Modern diets, often loaded with sugars, processed oils, and stimulants, can drain our vitality instead of replenishing it. After 60, every morning is a golden opportunity. Every sunrise is a fresh chance for your body to repair, strengthen, and renew itself. Yet many start the day on autopilot, skipping the nutrition their bodies desperately need. I always tell my patients, think of your body like a classic car. It doesn't need a new engine, it needs the right lubricant so all the gears work in harmony. And the great news is that your body's recovery capacity is greater than you imagine. I've seen men who felt exhausted regain their drive in just a few weeks. Their posture straightens, their energy returns, and that unmistakable spark of confidence shines in their eyes again, all because they chose to start their mornings differently. You see, there's a natural combination that ancient cultures have used for centuries to stay strong, energetic, and full of life in later years. It's not a drug, it's not a complex supplement, and it's not expensive. It's something you can find in your pantry right now. And when you start your day with it, you'll understand why it's possible to reach 70 feeling like you're 40. Let me reveal this morning's secret and how it can transform your experience of aging. I clearly remember the first time I shared this simple tip with a patient, Charles, a 71-year-old man who walked into my office with slumped shoulders. He vented, "Doctor, I've tried everything, vitamins, tonics, energy drinks. Nothing works anymore." His voice carried the exhaustion that reflects how so many men feel when their bodies stop responding. I looked at him with empathy and said, "Charles, what you need isn't in a pill bottle. What you need is already in your kitchen." He gave me a skeptical smile like he was thinking, "It can't be that easy." But the truth is, the most powerful solutions are often the simplest. The combo I suggested was ancient, known long before modern medicine. Turmeric and honey, two ingredients so familiar that their true potential is often overlooked. Yet together, they create remarkable synergy. Turmeric, that golden spice, is one of nature's greatest gifts to our well-being. It helps purify the blood, calm inflammation, and strengthen the cardiovascular system. Raw, pure honey is true natural fuel. It nourishes the body with minerals and compounds that support hormonal balance, stabilize blood sugar levels, and sustain energy throughout the day. When mixed, harmony happens. Turmeric promotes blood vessel flexibility for smoother circulation, while honey provides steady energy and support for the endocrine system. I've seen men who could barely climb a flight of stairs rediscover their stamina after just a few weeks on this routine. And the benefits go far beyond physical energy. You'll feel them in your mood, mental clarity, and even intimate moments. Charles followed my advice: 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder with 2 tablespoons of raw honey every morning. 2 weeks later, he called me. His voice was vibrant before he even said, "Hello." "Doctor," he said, "I feel alive again." My wife won't stop talking about the change in me. That's the power of nature when we use it wisely. The most amazing part is the simplicity and accessibility. No expensive treatments or exotic ingredients needed, just a daily commitment to yourself. The secret to success isn't complexity, it's consistency. But now comes the fascinating part few people know. The science behind why this morning duo works so well for the male body. Next, I'll break down how turmeric and honey awaken and rebuild your inner strength. When I explain turmeric's benefits, I like to use the analogy of a silent janitor working inside the body. You don't see him, but he's diligently cleaning and organizing what time has messed up. The science behind this golden root is fascinating, and its power lies in its natural action. Its main active compound is curcumin, a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant so effective that thousands of scientific studies have explored its role in aging, circulation, and hormonal health. In youth, our blood vessels are like new hoses, flexible, allowing blood to flow freely to every part of the body. That's why energy, recovery, and physical response are so spontaneous. Over the years, inflammatory processes can stiffen those vessels, blood flow slows, and the body gradually loses some of its dynamism. Curcumin acts like a true cleaner for our arteries. It helps remove tiny debris, reduces inflammation, and lets oxygen and nutrients travel freely again. When circulation improves, the heart works more efficiently, the brain gets more oxygen, and the body's physical response becomes more vigorous and natural. But turmeric's benefits don't stop there. It also supports prostate health and helps the liver maintain hormonal balance. I remember another patient, George, who said, Doctor, I didn't even realize I was living with so much discomfort until it was gone. He'd been on the turmeric honey routine for 3 weeks and, besides more energy, felt a lightness in his body he hadn't experienced in years. That's the wonder of caring for the body from the inside out. You don't just improve one symptom, you restore the entire system. What I love about turmeric is its natural intelligence. Unlike synthetic compounds that force the body in one direction, turmeric adapts to the organism's needs. It doesn't overload the system, it harmonizes it. That's why I call it nature's equalizer. The truth is, our bodies have an innate ability to heal. We just need to provide the right tools. Turmeric, alongside its perfect partner, is the spark that can reignite what makes you feel fully male. But as I said, it needs its ideal companion to unlock its full potential. Let's talk about that now, because this next ingredient provides the kind of fuel every man over 60 can use to rise again. When I mention honey, most people think of a common sweetener. But the truth is, raw, pure honey is one of nature's most potent substances, especially for men in later life. I remember Frank, a retired firefighter who came to my office feeling completely drained. "Doctor," he said, "it's like my engine is failing." I smiled and replied, "Frank, your body doesn't need more stimulants. It needs noble fuel, the kind nature designed for us." That's when I introduced him to raw honey. Real honey isn't just sugar. It's a living substance packed with minerals, enzymes, and bioavailable nutrients. It contains elements like boron and zinc, which are crucial for maintaining healthy hormonal balance. With hormones in harmony, energy, strength, and enthusiasm for life tend to rise. I've seen men who felt apathetic and unmotivated become active and confident just by adding raw honey to their mornings. It's like putting high-quality additive in a tired engine. It simply wakes up. Honey also has a remarkable effect on circulation. It naturally boosts nitric oxide, a compound that helps blood vessels relax and expand gently. This allows blood to flow more freely, revitalizing the body. The heart beats more calmly, the mind clears, and overall performance improves naturally. But note, most supermarket honey is processed, heated, and stripped of its properties. True raw honey is aromatic, crystallizes over time, and has a rich texture. When I insist on raw, unfiltered honey, it's not a whim. It's to ensure you get nature's full power. Frank called me 3 weeks later, his voice full of energy. "Doctor, I'm back to my walks. I'm sleeping like a rock, and my wife wants to know my secret." That kind of feedback is priceless because it confirms that when we nourish our body right, it rewards us in ways that go beyond energy. But the real magic happens when we combine honey and turmeric. On their own, they're amazing. Together, they form a team capable of restoring strength, stamina, and vitality in surprising ways. Let's see how this fusion becomes the ideal formula for male energy and well-being. The first time I observed the effects of the turmeric-honey combo, I was amazed at how quickly men reported improvements. It wasn't magic, it was biology working in perfect harmony. I remember Walter, a 70-year-old patient, who told me, "Doctor, I've tried everything, but the effects never last." I smiled and explained, "That's because you were trying to force your body to act instead of gently reminding it what it already knows how to do." Turmeric and honey don't force anything. They awaken potential that already exists inside you. The beauty is in their partnership. Turmeric prepares the ground and honey provides the energy. Turmeric keeps arteries clean and flexible, allowing oxygen-rich blood to flow freely, especially to the areas that need it most. Honey then steps in to nourish that system, providing the minerals and sustained energy the body needs to maintain hormonal balance. It's like one builds a smooth road and the other supplies a powerful car to drive it. The result is a gradual increase in stamina, better mood, and a rescue of vitality. I've seen this combo transform lives. Men who felt discouraged suddenly felt their inner strength return. Morning energy increased, mental focus sharpened, and the confidence many had lost came shining through. Their partners were the first to notice. A 68-year-old man told me, laughing, "Doctor, I think my wife is happier about this than I am." These are the small victories that truly matter, the moments when a man feels whole again. The reason this duo is so effective is that it targets two pillars of male vitality: the cardiovascular system and the hormonal system. Together, they work in sync, not just to restore physical function, but to rebuild confidence, drive, and the joy of living. It's not an instant fix, but a gentle awakening of your natural strength. With consistency, the changes become even broader. Sleep improves, posture straightens, smiles come more often, energy highs and lows smooth out. It's a transformation that radiates from the inside out. And best of all, you don't have to wait forever to feel the first signs. In just a few weeks, you'll feel your body responding, as if thanking you for finally giving it the nutrition it craved. But understanding the theory is just the start. Next, I'll teach you the step-by-step to prepare this tonic the right way, so you can maximize the power of this duo every day. When I first started recommending this morning tonic, the most common reaction was surprise at its simplicity. "That's it, doctor? Just 2 ingredients?" And I always smile. Because yes, the most effective things in life are often simple. Wellness doesn't always come in complicated packaging. Sometimes it's already in our kitchen. The secret is preparing it correctly to maximize absorption. Here's the ritual I teach everyone. First thing in the morning, before anything else, take 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and mix it with 2 tablespoons of pure raw honey. Remember, look for real honey, thick and one that crystallizes. Stir them in a small bowl until you have a smooth, golden paste. You can eat it straight off the spoon or dissolve it in a glass of warm water, never boiling, to preserve honey's precious enzymes. Take a deep breath and treat this as your first act of self-care each day. If you're just starting, go slow. Half a teaspoon of turmeric the first week is ideal to let your body adjust. Then move to the full dose. Some like to repeat it at night, but the morning ritual is the most important. Mornings are when our bodies are most receptive to nutrition, with metabolism awake and hormone levels at their natural peak. It's the perfect time for this combo. And a golden tip I've learned over the years: regularity beats quantity. Taking it sporadically won't deliver results, but making it a daily habit starts the transformation. It may be subtle at first, a bit more energy, less stiffness when you get up, a sense of mental clarity. Then, gradually, confidence rebuilds. You'll feel it in your body, your mood, and your relationships. Henry, a 68-year-old patient, told me, "Doctor, I never liked mornings, but now I look forward to them." That's the beauty of this habit. It doesn't just nourish, it gives you a reason to celebrate each new day. And when you feel that shift, you realize this tonic is just the beginning. Because when the body awakens, your whole life awakens with it. And that brings us to the real stories of men who, with consistency, rediscovered strength they thought was lost. Over my career, I've been honored to hear stories that have stayed with me forever. Accounts from men who arrived at my office discouraged, tired, and convinced their best days were over. One was Michael, a retired teacher of 66, who said, "Doctor, I feel like a shadow of the man I was. There's an emptiness inside. His blood pressure was fluctuating, his energy low, and his self-confidence nearly gone. I told him what I tell hundreds of men: give your body the right tools every morning, and it will remember how to be strong." Michael took the advice seriously. Every morning he made his turmeric honey mix. 2 weeks later, I got a short, powerful email. Subject line, "It's working." He said he was waking up with more energy, sleeping deeply, and feeling a vitality he hadn't had in years. His wife noticed the external change first. "You're smiling again," she told him. To me, that's the definition of true healing. Not just physical change, but emotional renewal. Then there was Arthur, a 73-year-old mechanic. On his first visit, he joked he felt like the old cars he fixed, out of tune. After a month on the turmeric honey routine, he came back beaming. "Doctor," he said, "the engine turned over." His circulation improved, his stamina returned, and his marriage got a new spark. These moments remind me of the nobility of my profession, because when a man's vitality is restored, so is his sense of purpose, good humor, and hope. I've heard countless stories like these. Men who thought time had taken everything, only to discover they just needed the right habit to reignite the flame. Some felt effects in days, others in weeks, but all shared one feeling, a powerful reconnection with themselves. It's not a miracle, it's the body responding to care. And if you're listening now, wondering if this would work for you, let me say with confidence, yes. Behind every one of these stories is a universal truth. The human body, even at 60, 70, or 80, craves the chance to thrive. But to understand why this change is lasting and how to maintain it, you need to know what happens inside when this routine becomes part of your life. That's what we'll cover next. When you make this golden tonic part of your morning routine, a silent transformation begins inside you. At first, you might not even notice it consciously. You'll just feel a little lighter, more awake in the morning. But deep in your organism, a true repair process is underway. I've seen this in men of all ages. Blood starts flowing more freely. The hormonal system finds new balance, and that sense of sluggishness and chronic fatigue begins to fade. Here's what's happening. Turmeric acts as a cleaning agent for blood vessels. It helps clear tiny blockages that hinder oxygenated blood flow to the heart, brain, and every other part of the body. That's why many men report better physical response and more stamina. It's not coincidence, it's optimized circulation. At the same time, honey nourishes cells with essential minerals for hormonal support. With better hormonal balance, energy, motivation, and emotional strength rise. It's a positive chain reaction that revitalizes your entire being. In 2 weeks, most men notice waking with more vitality. By the 3rd week, mental clarity is usually sharper. Mood improves because an oxygen-rich brain is a happier brain. Even sleep quality improves, which fuels the next day's energy. The more consistent you are, the more your body remembers how to work in perfect sync. That's why I repeat, your body isn't broken. It's just waiting for the right resources. I remember George, 71, who came to me after months of poor sleep and zero energy. "Doctor, I'm exhausted. I feel half myself." I asked him to trust the process. 3 weeks later, he walked into my office with straighter posture and a calm smile. "It's curious," he said. "I feel like my body woke up from a long sleep." That's exactly what this combo does. It wakes you from the inside out. But what makes this transformation even more powerful is that it goes beyond the physical. It changes your presence in the world, how you connect with your partner, and your outlook on life. Because when you feel strong and alive, the world takes on new colors. And that leads us to the most important point of all, the truth about aging, masculinity, and how you can cultivate this strength for the rest of your life. I've spent over 3 decades debunking a dangerous belief that aging means losing strength, drive, and masculinity. I've lost count of how many times I've heard men sigh, "Well, doctor, I guess it's just part of getting old." And every time I look them in the eye and tell the truth, it doesn't have to be. Time alone doesn't weaken us. What weakens us is lack of care. What really changes with age isn't the body's innate ability to function well. It's the attention we give it. When you start providing your body with the right tools and nutrition, it rewards you in extraordinary ways. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s regain not just physical vigor, but emotional confidence. The spark returns to their eyes, posture aligns, and laughter comes more often. Genuine laughter, born from the certainty they still have it. That's true masculinity. It's not about youth or muscles. It's about vitality, presence, and the calm strength that comes from feeling good in your own skin. When a man feels that, everything around him changes. His relationships, his mood, his sense of purpose, all gain new momentum. What many don't know is that the body is perfectly capable of maintaining good hormonal balance and strong circulation in later life. The system just slows when it's not properly fueled. That's why the turmeric honey habit isn't superstition. It's a natural way to reactivate the same chemistry that made you strong in your youth. I've seen it happen so many times. Men who thought their days of desire and vitality were over suddenly find themselves enjoying life, not just surviving it. And here's more. When a man feels strong again, it's not just his body that changes, it's his mindset. He stops seeing age as a sentence and starts seeing it as an exciting new chapter. He begins caring for himself, not out of fear, but out of self-love and pride. And that's where authentic masculinity lies, in the daily decision to care for yourself, even when it would be easier to give in. But the beauty of this journey is that it doesn't just benefit you. When your vitality returns, that positive energy ripples out and touches everyone around you. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next, how one small change can reignite not just your health, but the warmth, intimacy, and connection in your most important relationships. When a man regains his strength, something profound happens, not just in his body, but in his heart. I've observed this countless times. My patients arrive tired, frustrated, and distant, not just from their own energy, but from their partners. Robert, a 69-year-old man, confided quietly, "Doctor, my wife and I love each other, but the flame went out long ago." He wasn't just talking about physical intimacy. He meant that invisible bond that ties two people together over a lifetime. I told him what I always say, "That flame isn't gone, Robert. It just needs a little air to glow again." As vitality returns, confidence naturally blooms. You start looking at your partner differently, with renewed desire and appreciation. Your body responds, and so does your heart. The energy you associated with youth comes back, but in a more mature, deeper way. You're not chasing excitement, you're rediscovering connection. Many of my patients report their relationships growing stronger, not just physically, but emotionally. They talk more, laugh more, hug more. They remember how good it feels to be close, not out of habit, but genuine affection. This reconnection can heal old hurts, bridge silent distances, and reignite joy that may have been dormant. Harold, a 72-year-old patient, said something I've kept close to my heart. "Doctor," he said, "it's not just about performance. It's that my wife and I feel like we're in our 30s again, in spirit and body. We're happy. That happiness, that sense of closeness, is one of the most powerful remedies there is. When two people feel seen and desired again, it adds life to their years. That's what true vitality provides. Not just a stronger body, but stronger bonds. The ability to share warmth, laughter, and love in your golden years. And it all starts with one small daily decision: to care for yourself, nourish your body, and let that energy flow into every area of your life. But before we wrap up, I want to share one final reflection with you. A simple truth I've learned over decades. It's not just about what you eat. It's about what you choose to believe about yourself And that, my friend, is where true transformation begins. If you followed me this far, you now understand something precious. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can be a time of renewal, strength, and deeper connection to life than ever before. Over the years, I've seen hundreds of men walk into my office feeling defeated by time. But I've also seen those same men leave with their heads high, smiles on their faces, and renewed purpose. And it all started with one simple decision: to care for themselves every morning. The turmeric and honey combo may seem too simple to be transformative, but the deepest solutions rarely come in complicated packages. They come from nature. By mixing this golden spice with raw honey, you're doing more than nourishing your body. You're supporting your circulation, hormonal balance, and overall sense of well-being. Day after day, your blood will flow more easily, your heart will beat more calmly, and your energy will rise. You'll wake up eager to live the day, not just get through it. You'll look at your partner and feel that special connection again. I've witnessed it too many times to doubt. It works. And it works because it helps the body do what it was designed to do: thrive. But this journey goes beyond physical health. It's about reclaiming the part of you that you thought time had taken. The confident, passionate, strong man who still lives inside. Every morning, Spoonful is a reminder that you have the power to choose, that you matter, and that it's never too late to rebuild your strength. By taking this small step, you're not fighting weakness. You're choosing vitality, intimacy, and joy. I want you to picture this: waking up one morning feeling light, energized, and proud of the man in the mirror. Your blood pressure stable, your heart calm, your energy steady. Your wife notices the difference. Your friends see your glow, and inside you feel a calm confidence you haven't had in years. This isn't fantasy. It's your body coming back to life. So start tomorrow. Make your mix. Take a deep breath. And remember, you're not getting older. You're getting wiser, stronger, and more alive. Give your body the consistency it deserves, and it will give you back the vitality you thought was lost. This isn't the end of your strength journey. It's the awakening of it. And it all begins the moment you decide to honor yourself again.